We're seeing this across the space where you go to every single Ethereum conference, every single major blockchain conference. What are they talking about? Restaking. They're talking about EigenLayer. They're talking about like security. It's like they're priming you for this next wave of liquid staking that's going to just take over, and no one will actually natively stake anymore. And you'll just hold liquid staking derivatives, and then the underlying validators will stake the cloud.
Restaking is the next big narrative in crypto. I'm joined by Max of Phi Labs, which is the core contributor to Archway. Every month he comes out on my show and talks about the big narratives that are happening in crypto. As somebody that goes to a lot of conferences and talks to a lot of builders, you have to pay attention to what he's saying. If you love getting these insights, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It'll help with the algorithm and support my guests and my show.
Basically how they're doing the restaking on Ethereum with EigenLayer and some of what's happening in the cosmos with all these kind of intermediary kind of layers being spun up to kind of service the EigenLayer so that we have this cosmos to EigenLayer connection. Seems like there's a lot of focus kind of around restaking and the idea of liquid staking derivatives. And then you look at Stride and the incentives they provided to Celestia, right? And like the sheer size of those and then the amount of impact it had on the price of Stride. To me, that's showing there's a very strong understanding by the users of liquid stake derivatives as to how they generate revenue for the holders and how you can actually get a piece of it. Because when Stride started offering those incentives, immediately people realized that this is going to add a lot of value to these tokens. People are going to want to accumulate them and farm these things. And so they were able to run the price up and basically make a ton of money. That just shows there's a ton of demand. We're seeing this across the space where you go to every single Ethereum conference, every single major blockchain conference. What are they talking about? Restaking. They're talking about EigenLayer. They're talking about like security. It's like they're priming you for this next wave of liquid staking that's going to just take over, and no one will actually natively stake anymore. And you'll just hold liquid staking derivatives, and then the underlying validators will stake the collateral or something. You know, it definitely feels like there's a big wave coming. It's just I don't know if EigenLayer is going to actually be what solves it, or is like the ultimate end. But I definitely feel like that's the narrative being driven.
To Max's point, it's unclear if EigenLayer will be the clear winner here. A closer inspection reveals that EigenLayer has not yet activated most of the core features that make the project notable, including its reward system and its mission-critical slashing mechanism, which we'll dive into shortly. But they do have a very strong backing. Eigen Labs raised a staggering $100 million from venture giant Andreessen Horowitz last year. Let's back up a sec and break this all down. What is this restaking that Max is talking about? And what is liquid staking derivatives? First, restaking refers to a process where staked crypto, like say Ethereum, can be used again or restaked to provide additional security and earn rewards from multiple decentralized apps or protocols. This is typically facilitated by a platform like, in this case, EigenLayer, which allows the reuse of staked assets to secure other networks beyond the primary blockchain where they are staked. The potential benefit here is that it increases the rewards and greater capital efficiency. But restaking does have some challenges and risks, such as enhanced slashing conditions, where validators could lose a portion of their staked assets if they fail to comply with the network rules. Liquid staking derivatives, on the other hand, are tokens that represent a staked cryptocurrency. So these allow the holder to remain liquid rather than locking up capital in a staked process. So essentially, when you stake your tokens, you receive an LSD, or a liquid staking derivative, which you can trade, use in a decentralized app, or use for additional investment opportunities while still earning staked rewards. This form of staking enhances liquidity and flexibility for stakers. There are a few factors to consider. One is the increased earnings. So both restaking and LSDs can potentially offer higher returns compared to traditional staking because they allow for multiple earning streams from the same staked assets. But there are complexity and risks, as mentioned, including smart contract vulnerabilities and increased exposure to slashing. So be sure to understand these risks. There's a debate about how these practices could affect the underlying security and stability of primary blockchains, like Ethereum. Some experts worry that they could lead to conflicts or issues with network governance in the event of major problems. Of course, there are always the regulatory and market risks, changes in regulation, market dynamics. These things can always change in crypto. Max also mentions Stride, which is a multi-chain liquid staking zone on the Cosmos blockchain that facilitates the staking of any IBC-compatible tokens. So as a user, you can receive your ST tokens in return, which maintain a one-to-one redeemability with the original staked tokens. This system allows users to earn staking rewards while retaining liquidity. So it makes it possible to engage in DeFi activities within the Cosmos ecosystem. STRD, which is the native governance token of Stride, allows for token holders to vote on crucial protocol decisions, things like validator onboarding and other upgrades. As for the incentives that Max was referring to with Celestia, Stride supports liquid staking for various tokens, and Celestia is one of them, allowing these staked assets to contribute to the overall liquidity and staking yields within the Stride ecosystem. So by integrating tokens like Celestia's into the platform, Stride maximizes the utility and earning potential of these assets, improving both the staking rewards and liquidity options that are available to token holders. All right, Max, now that we got that out of the way, talk to me about what you're up to at Archway.
This week we rolled out Dropcamp, which I think is pretty awesome. It's like our user engagement platform. It's like a mix of on-chain reputation, but also there's some off-chain aspects to it. But really, ultimately, what we're trying to do is reward people who are utilizing the actual like chain and actually utilizing like the applications. So we have some things like some social farming type things that you can help to improve your score. And ultimately, like the score will get you to participate in airdrops from applications who launch a token in the future. Other teams who want to utilize Dropcamp might airdrop you tokens. NFT platforms or NFT collections could airdrop to these Dropcamp participants. But ultimately, what we're trying to do is like establish a place where users can kind of showcase what they've done and find the different applications on chain, but then also so applications can find which users are actually active and reward those users so that you get the active users to come try your apps out and to come use them. So we made on-chain things, I think, more of like a larger part of the weight of the scoring so that you are actually rewarding people who are driving value to the network. Again, just trying to align the network with the people using it and getting users the ability to really discover what they can do, where yield opportunities are, and then ultimately they can earn additional benefits or perks from being a early and strong, I guess, community member or adopter. Just like any product, you need initial users. So you want to go out there and do whatever you can to acquire those, but ultimately you want to retain those users. And the best way that we found to retain users is find the ones who want to be there and they are there for the long haul, not just for farming type events. And so we think this platform will help separate that. So yeah, working with a lot of the applications, and then we have actually a lot of interest from teams outside of Archway who just want to utilize the platform for really getting the users active and then being able to reward them on our platform as well. So it went really well. I think we got over 75,000 signups for the platform in the first week. So it's exciting. We certainly hope it keeps going, and then we'll have a couple big releases coming in a month or two related to some of the NFT scene. And then I'm sure you've seen some stuff about the Archie's NFT. And if you haven't, that'll probably be the first collection coming out, and that'll be happening in probably less than a month as well. Make sure to sign up for Dropcamp if you want to participate in the AstroVault airdrop. That is very important that you have to be signed up for Dropcamp to qualify. So that's one piece I wanted to get out there. Otherwise, just keep an eye out for what we're doing at Archway on the main Twitter account. Like I said, we have a ton of stuff rolling out. Dropcamp's the first piece. Yeah, we're excited for the Archway summer coming right in the next couple of months.